To CNN, the Trump administration is going to
$100,000 visa fee that could reshape America's tech landscape in the bustling heart of Washington, D.C. On a crisp September afternoon in 2025, President Donald Trump sat behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office, pen in hand, ready to sign a document that would send shockwaves through Silicon Valley and beyond. Flanked by his Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, and a cadre of advisors, Trump affixed his signature to a presidential proclamation that imposed an annual $100,000 fee on H-1B visas. It was a move that fulfilled a long-standing promise to put America first, but one that threatened to upend the very foundations of the U.S. tech industry, which had poured millions into his campaign coffers. The scene unfolded with the kind of theatrical flair that had become Trump's hallmark. As cameras flashed and reporters scribbled notes, Lutnick stepped up to the podium during a press briefing, his voice steady and resolute. "All the big companies have been briefed on the new fee," he announced. $100,000 a year for H-1B visas, and all of the big companies are on board. "We've spoken to them." It was a bold claim, one that painted a picture of unity between the administration and the tech giants. But beneath the surface, tensions were simmering. The H-1B visa program, a lifeline for skilled foreign workers, particularly from India and China, had suddenly become a battleground in Trump's broader immigration crackdown. To understand the gravity of this moment, one must rewind to the origins of the H-1B visa. Established in 1990 as part of the Immigration Act, the program was designed to allow U.S. companies to hire foreign workers in specialty occupations, such as software engineering, data science, and biotechnology. Each year, the U.S. government caps the number at 85,000 visas, 65,000 for general applicants and 20,000 reserved for those with advanced degrees from U.S. institutions. In the first half of 2025 alone, tech behemoths like Amazon secured over 10,000 approvals, while Microsoft and Meta each nabbed more than 5,000. These workers, often hailing from bustling tech hubs in Bangalore or Beijing, brought expertise that fueled innovation in everything from artificial intelligence to cloud computing. But for Trump and his supporters, the program represented something sinister, a loophole that allowed corporations to undercut American wages and sideline homegrown talent. "If you're going to train somebody, you're going to train one of the recent graduates from one of the great universities across our land," Lutnick declared during the briefing. "Train Americans. Stop bringing in people to take our jobs." It was rhetoric that echoed Trump's 2016 campaign promises, when he first railed against the H-1B as a cheap labor program exploited by outsourcing firms. Now, in his second term, he was making good on those vows with a fee so steep it could deter all but the most elite hires. Imagine the boardrooms of Silicon Valley on that fateful Friday. Executives at companies like Google, Apple, and Tesla, many of whom had quietly donated to Trump's re-election efforts, must have felt a chill. The tech sector, more than any other, depends on H-1B holders. Government data shows that roughly 2/3 of these visas go to computer-related jobs. But the program's reach extends further, encompassing engineers, educators, and healthcare professionals. For smaller startups, already scraping by on venture capital, the $100,000 annual fee per worker could be a death knell. Either the person is very valuable to the company and America, or they are going to depart and the company is going to hire an American, Lutnick explained. And that's the point of immigration. Hire Americans and make sure the people coming in are the top people. Stop the nonsense. Critics wasted no time in firing back. Didi Das, a partner at Menlo Ventures, took to X, formerly Twitter, to decry the policy, adding new fees creates disincentive to attract the world's smartest talent to the U.S. If the U.S. ceases to attract the best talent, it drastically reduces its ability to innovate and grow the economy. Das's words captured the fears of an industry built on global brainpower. Elon Musk, Tesla's CEO and a vocal Trump supporter, knows this intimately. Born in South Africa, Musk himself once held an H-1B visa before becoming a naturalized U.S. citizen. His companies have benefited enormously from the program, yet he has navigated the political minefield by emphasizing the need for highly skilled immigrants. The backlash wasn't limited to venture capitalists. Immigration experts questioned the legality of the move. Aaron Reichlin Melnick, a senior fellow at the American Immigration Council, posted on Blue Sky, "The president has literally zero legal authority to impose a $100,000 fee on visas. None. Zip. Zilch. The only authority Congress has ever given the executive branch here is to charge fees to recover the cost of processing the application. Under the current system, Applicants pay modest fees, a few $100s to enter the lottery, and up to several thousand for processing if selected. Trump's proclamation bypassed Congress entirely, raising eyebrows about potential court challenges from tech lobbyists and advocacy groups. As the sun set on September 19, the implications began to ripple outward. In cities like San Francisco and Seattle, H-1B workers, many of them young professionals who had uprooted their lives for the American dream, gathered in coffee shops and online forums, sharing stories of uncertainty. One anonymous software engineer from India, quoted in tech circles, lamented, "I've poured my heart into this job, but now it feels like the rug is being pulled out." For American tech workers, long frustrated by what they see as wage suppression, the fee was a victory. Organizations like the U.S. Tech Workers Alliance have argued for years that the program allows companies to hire cheaper foreign labor, displacing qualified locals. But the story doesn't end in the Oval Office or Silicon Valley. This policy touches on broader themes of globalization, nationalism, and economic competitiveness. The U.S. has long prided itself as a magnet for the world's brightest minds. Think of Albert Einstein fleeing Nazi Germany or Sergey Brin co-founding Google after emigrating from Russia. By imposing such a barrier, Trump risks dimming that allure. Countries like Canada and Germany, with more welcoming immigration policies, could siphon off talent, accelerating a brain drain that weakens America's edge in fields like AI and quantum computing. Lutnick's assertion that all the big companies are on board may have been optimistic. Whispers from industry insiders suggest otherwise. Amazon, with its massive reliance on H-1B workers for everything from AWS development to logistics optimization, could face millions in added costs. Microsoft, under CEO Satya Nadella, himself an Indian immigrant, has championed diversity in hiring. Meta, navigating its own regulatory battles, might rethink its expansion plans. And then there's the startups, the lifeblood of innovation, that can't absorb such fees without cutting corners elsewhere. As days turned into weeks following the proclamation, the tech world held its breath. Would lawsuits halt the fee? Would Congress intervene? Or would this become the new normal, forcing a painful pivot toward domestic training programs? Trump's move, while polarizing, underscored a fundamental debate. In an era of rapid technological change, how does America balance protecting its workers with embracing global talent? One thing is certain. The $100,000 fee isn't just a number, it's a symbol of a shifting paradigm. For the H-1B holders dreaming of green cards and citizenship, it's a hurdle that tests their resolve. For American graduates eyeing tech jobs, it's an opportunity knocking. And for the nation as a whole, it's a gamble on whether isolationism can coexist with innovation. As Trump himself might say, we'll see what happens. But in the fast-paced world of tech, waiting could come at a steep price.